to properly say good morning to Rexor, and I'm going to get started. I'm doing good today, Rexor. Finally finished up an audiobook that I kind of was putting off for way too long, and yeah, had to stop myself from continuing it because it's like, oh, because I'm yeah, mostly because I have like it's a multi-book series, and the production of the audiobook is actually well done, to the point where I'm like, I kind of want to keep going with it because I really enjoy the story, and the rest of it is like, eh. Yes, speech. That's what I had to say to continuing my audiobook series, because continuing to listen to the audiobook series I was listening to, because otherwise I would have delayed this, and well, I'm kind of starting to run out of time. Oh, it's off. There we go. But the funny thing is that I actually forgot about something. There's only 2 chapters left. I don't know why I keep forgetting that this is only a 5-chapter game. But there's also another interesting coincidence that has happened here. I don't know if it's going to... I don't know if it's going to be... Yeah, I would say it's short-ish. It is definitely the shortest, especially if you do everything. It is definitely the shortest of the Sky Trilogy, for sure. But the interesting idea here is, I haven't seen the second remake trailer yet, but I have seen the stills that say it exists. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So they actually... That actually... Which is funny, because that actually... The very existence... Ooh! So you got to see Kia be awesome! Nice, Beach! Anyways, I love the introduction of Kia, I really do. Anyways, but yeah, the very existence of the second chapter remake makes me less apprehensive of first chapter remakes existence, and makes me think, okay, it's a lot better of a starting point than it otherwise would be, you know? So, shrug. Yeah, translation issues aside, which we'll judge as we go when we get to it, which translation I prefer. Because, you know, I mean, there are some translation snafus in the original releases too. But yeah. Ugh. I still would prefer it if Orbital Golems. Yeah, I find that to be kind of a... Yeah. Yeah. That is the one I went with too, and it is actually really nice. It's because it's mostly because that's the easiest cover. Yeah, that too. The big problem with the translation that I'm probably gonna have is it changes it changes too many things. is the problem there. So, yeah. I have complicated feelings about Ellie. I find her to be kind of irritating and a hypocrite, admittedly. Not to the extent where she is not a get the fuck off my screen, but in Zero specifically, she fucking borderlines that description. And I don't know if that was just NIS America rushing the translation or what, but she comes across as I don't know how I'm struggling to find a way to say it. Hi, Reverie Otaku. But I will say it like this. I feel like Ellie's problem is that it feels like, yeah, and kind of, although it may not have been rushed, but it still felt like it still felt like the refinement was just like, what is this nonsense? Like, the refinement needed a polishing pass. I'll go ahead and say that. And if that was the original translation, it's like the actual Geofront translation. Oof. But yeah, for me, for the issue I have with Ellie, like I said, is as I'm trying to get across. Yeah. For me, Ellie in Zero specifically comes across to me as she either needs to tell Lloyd she likes him or to shut the fuck up. Is basically how I would describe Ellie in Zero. Because the thing is that her bullshit makes her pretty fucking hypocritical when she's trying to stick up for a dude who literally says he's going to rape her. For fuck's sakes. Like, the minute she started sticking up for that fucking jackass, it's like, no! Anyways, we should get on with it, because speaking of jackasses, we gotta go confront Mayor Dalmore. And Best Boy Gilbert. I will go ahead and I will say, Gilbert, I actually kind of feel sorry for Gilbert getting shot in the fucking leg. Egg by Louvet's man. Oh, excuse me, Lawrence's man. And no, I don't mean Joe. You don't. Fair enough, Beej, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of feel bad for him getting shot in the leg, because that actually starts the trend of he's the series' punching bag, Beej. That's kind of what I mean. Levy? That's even worse than my mispronunciation in the original runs of this, because I kept calling him Loe or something. Like, my pronunciation was shit in the original runs of this. So, eh. Anyways, Delmore was behind everything. He was just pretending to be all kind and everything from the start. I've been kind of wondering about this, but will we be able to catch the mayor this time? Huh? She raises a good question. This may be difficult. The Bracer Guild has a non-interference policy when it comes to government affairs. Okay. You might think that this is leading to the whole they have a prime directive thing. Here's the funny thing. No, they don't. But as a rule of thumb, they tend to try not to insert themselves into political affairs unless they absolutely have to. Which is funny. Which is funny, Raxor, because that's basically where they stand with it as a policy. Oh yeah, it's a policy, right up until we decide to ignore it. Yeah. The way I like to think of it, the way I like to think of it is that the Bracer Guilds basically treat involving themselves in political affairs on a case-by-case basis. In other words, they judge the situation, and it's down to an individual bracer's needs, or not needs, sorry, an individual bracer's judgment, rather, whether or not to get involved in political affairs. But they definitely have to fucking justify getting into the political affairs when they go to file their reports. Their duty is to the civilians above all else, which is why they have to be willing to justify, okay, what was the threat to the civilians when they go for it. But considering the coup that happens here, and the coup that happens in 3E of Daybreak 2, it's kind of more understandable. It's not like in Star Trek where, we're gonna make it a hard law where we puff ourselves up like we're the fucking heroes when we let a fucking planet of innocent people die. Ugh. Oh, it's not even the Janeway directive. Because the first asshole that actually fucking does that, to let a planet die because you don't know what the consequences are, is Picard in Season 7 of TNG. They literally stand there and watch while a planet that they have the technology to save dies. And they somehow treat it like it's some noble tragedy. God, no. Oh, my God. I was actually with Worf's human brother in that episode the entire time. I was literally with the character being portrayed as the frickin' villain of that episode, for God's sakes. Oh God, Season 7 of TNG was rough. And I like it more than most people. God. But yeah, no, that was also a great episode though, Raxor, the one you're referencing. Hell yeah. Okay, that's another season I will defend, because there's a lot of fantastic episodes. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a good chunk of really good episodes in Season 2 of TNG. Q-Who, Measure of a Man, and Elementary Dear Data coming to mind immediately. Immediately when I say that. But I can understand somebody looking at that and going, bleh. There's actually a few really good ones. Ends in season 2. No, season 1 is the one that I point to for bad TNG. Good lord. Encounter at Farpoint can go to hell. Code of Honor is the most offensive episode of TNG that exists. Justice is fucking stupid. Stupid as hell. Naked Now? Yeah, it's Naked Now. Is just what the hell? Don't even get me started on Skin of Evil, because the behind the scenes of the reason why that happened just makes my skin crawl. I can literally name one episode from season 1 that I like. Just one. Justice is the one with the Wesley does something. Here's the thing. Wesley innocently... Actually, okay, not the last outpost, not the first Ferengi one. There's actually 2 episodes in season 1 that I actually enjoy. Not the first Ferengi episode, but the second one, the one called The Battle. I actually kind of liked that one. The other episode that I actually enjoyed was Conspiracy. That was the one with the bluegills the parasite creatures that take over Starfleet. That was actually kind of creepy and cool. Yes, the exploding head one. That is exactly what that is. Love. I say I love that episode. I enjoyed the hell out of that episode. And it was actually a decent follow-up, too, to a previous episode. Because they talked about, because a returning character, they actually used a returning character to kind of make a good contrast of, oh shit, something's wrong. So. But yeah, no. To circle back around to Trails, yeah. I do like that the Bracer Guild... Yeah, the idea was they kept... The continuity was not, the storylines kept improving. It was more of like little things in the setting would advance, and that was their approach to continuity in The Next Generation, which I actually kind of liked. Like, you could actually see an advancement of the tech, and little things, and little background elements of continuity would be maintained. Doodads, specifically. Like Picard's flute, for example. He gets that in a, in my opinion, overrated as fuck episode, and then it appears multiple times after that. I'm sorry, I don't like the Inner Light. The one where he has that stupid dream, where he lives out an entire lifetime. I hated that episode. Anyways, to circle it back around, and yeah, the Bracers. Nice. Nice, I finally found somebody who agrees with me. Yeah, skip that one. Bleh. Sorry, I don't like that episode. I really don't. I'm sorry. I know that everybody claims that that's one of the best episodes, and I'm like, ugh. Anyways. Yeah, I'm the exact same way. The only scene I actually liked of that episode was the very last scene. Where he plays that tune. Ah, you don't like Sins of the Father? The worst father is accused of treason episode? Ouch. No, not that one? Okay. What other episode with Tony Todd was there? Oh, in DS9. Oh, DS9 Season 4. Oh, I was still talking TNG. I'm sorry, Raxor, I missed that. I can understand not liking that one. That one... I don't hate that episode, but I am kind of one of those... I am one of those weirdos who's like... I do like the hinting that Cisco remembered that episode. Ode. Ooh. I admit I have to be in the right mood to enjoy Far Beyond the Stars. Because it's not really a Star Trek episode. What I would recommend, Raxor, is looking up the Lore Runner's rumination on Far Beyond the Stars. Because he's actually got an interesting outlook on that. Yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm kind of like being like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. But the Lore Runner's rumination on it actually kind of gave me new insight into that. I mean, considering that it's Mark Alemo and Jeffrey Combs as the two cops that beat on Benny in that episode. There's kind of there is an interesting allegory there that could be read into it. A parallel between the corrupt cops and the Dominion, when you think about it. Yeah, and you know what? That's completely understandable. That is completely understandable, because there sometimes if you're not liking the story being told, no matter how well presented it is, you're just not going to enjoy it. It's very similar to Grand Theft Auto 5. For me. I find GTA 5 to be a well done, well made, well done story, well acted, the whole 9 yards. I can't stand Trevor. He is brilliantly written, brilliantly acted. I cannot stand Trevor. At all. He is not a character I enjoy. And I think that's one of the reasons why, if I ever do a review of GTA 5, I will be struggling, because I'll be like, I don't like Trevor. But I can't say he's badly written, because he's not. He's brilliantly written. Gah! It's not like with certain characters, like for example, Douche Dunan, right? I can safely say Dunan is a negative to story, because the more I think about Dunan, the less sense he makes within the context of the story. Same with General Morgan. He does not... His antics make less sense the more I think about it, right? So, it's like... But yeah, no, with like Trevor in GTA 5, oof. But anywho, we should get going. The Bracer Guild has a non-interference policy when it comes to government affairs. And considering he has control over the whole ruined region, arresting the mayor isn't going to be easy. Hold on a second, doesn't anyone else find that strange? It is funny, but the law is the law. That's why the guild can have branches anywhere, even in the Erebonian Empire. Which is funny because those actually do get stamped out. All but one of those get stamped out. Which is hilarious to me. Yeah, but still. Anyway, let's just get to the guild and talk to Jean. I think he'll have some useful advice for us. Okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. We just need to make the man in charge pay his tab. Yes, that's right. Alright, let's get going. Blue Wolf has delayed enough as it is. He's been sitting here for half an hour and he hasn't done fuck all. I don't see why that would be. Why it would be, Raxor. Because remember, the whole reason that one's still standing is because the Radiant Blade Master, the Radiant Blade Master said that's staying. And and Victor's not. I know that Victor's not there at that point. But the funny thing is that I would argue very strongly that Cold Steel 4 actually takes place over a short enough period that I don't think Osborne would even bother trying to stamp it out, right? I think it would be more accurate to say it goes inactive for insert however long Cold Steel 4 is, and then at the end of Cold Steel 4, Victor and Laura come home. Spoilers, he doesn't really die. You know, he never dies. Victor and Laura come home, and it opens back up. I could have sworn they said in Cold Steel 1 that they closed all the branches, but I could be wrong about that, actually. Because the only one we see, the only one we ever see in the entirety of the Cold Steels is the Legrand branch. Now that I'm thinking about it. Ooh, that's a good point. Then I don't know. I actually do not know. But oh, wait a minute. I could have sworn the dialogue in the ending of Cold Steel 4 said that they were that Carl was starting to move towards opening them up again. I could have sworn there was dialogue that Reen says that he was doing that. Yes. Also, seriously, the SSS need to get their fucking minds out of the gutter. Lloyd does not want to fuck Cecile. He'll fuck off with that, all fucking three of you. Like, I'm sorry. But Ellie, Randy, and Tio, all, after a point, really needed to get their fucking heads out of the gutter and shut the fuck up about that. That pissed me off. And that was another thing that was pissing me off. Surprise, surprise, Ellie more than the other two, admittedly, but even Tio was just like... Even Tio's like, But then again, we also have Ellie flying off the fucking handle when a woman so much as says, "Good morning, Lloyd." Lloyd in a polite, friendly, non-flirty tone. So fucking shrug there. The only one I can kind of accept constantly ribbing Lloyd about it is Randy. And that's just because he wants to get his dick in there. Oh. Huh. Yeah, maybe. Maybe then. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a while, so it's like, huh. Some details will pass me by because my memory is not good, not that great. But yeah. Anyways, I think we left Chloe hanging long enough here. Considering I stopped basically to rant about the frickin' SSS and talk about the Bracer Guild's presence in Arabonia. What is it, Chloe? Well, are you two going to the guild? I just remembered something I need to do, so can you go on ahead without me? I'll catch up with you shortly. Oh, that's fine. Are you going back to the campus then? Yes. I think I should report to the headmaster and let him know what's happening. Oh, okay, I got it. We'll be waiting for you at the guild. I'm sorry, Estelle. You too, Joshua. Produced a notepad and pen and began scribbling furiously. This ought to do it. Zeke! Time to go set up the final set up the final bit. Set up a bit for later. I understand. It's just hard to believe that Mayor Dalmore is behind these recent events. This is certainly a major incident. So, Jean, do you think the mayor can be caught? Well, I'm afraid it's going to be rather difficult. The only way it'll happen is if he can be caught in the act. I figured as much. You can't be serious. So we just have to allow a corrupt mayor to stay in power? Uh-huh. Unfortunately, now, there's no need to panic. This is the Trail series. Falcom are better writers than that. The Bracer Guild's hands may be tied, but the Royal Army can get him. Oh. Estelle, Joshua, I'd like for you to go to the mayor's estate and question him. It doesn't matter if he gets angry, I just want you to buy us some time. And you'll contact the Royal Army in the meantime. Haha, precisely. Wow. I actually kind of unironically like Jean. Legrand was kind of a nothing burger character, but Jean's kind of interesting. I'll contact Leston Fortress HQ with the orbital communication system to request assistance. I don't like having to rely on the army, but I don't see any other option. Okay, Estelle, I know your opinion of the Royal Army has been soured because of General Moron, but trust me, everybody else can be relied upon. Actually, I'm actually pretty sure or even Colonel Richard can be relied on, because I don't think Dalmore's part of the coup, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think he's part of that. I don't think he's one of Richard's underlings. Could have sworn... Is he independent? Well, he'll be caught by somebody who is certainly not a part of that, because she actually stands for true justice, and should totally be banging Mueller, but that's beside the point. What? I ship Julia with Mueller. Why not? Anyways, actually, I think there's actually a joke about that in Sky 3 specifically. I think there's a joke Olivier says where it's like, Like, oh, you should go see your friend. Yeah, not here in Sky 1, but by Sky 3, it's like, yeah, no, I could totally see them as a couple. It's like, yeah, no. I could so make that a line too. It's like if Chloe and Julia were in this story, or I could see Olivia just nudging Mueller and being like, if you and who need to go and discuss matters with Captain Schwartz, with Miss Schwartz, I'm not going to stop you. And then Mueller's just like, shut up. I'm sorry. There's just so many pairings where I'm like, where I look at the two characters and it's like, you two should be a couple. You are practically done, so I'm just gonna toss you. Anyways, moving on. Okay, once Chloe catches up to us, we'll go see the mayor at once. I made it. Sorry for the delay. Oh, not at all. Perfect timing, in fact. That was pretty quick for a run to the campus. Well, I'm pretty fast on my feet. And I totally wasn't lying just so that I could scribble a note and send Zeeg on his way. So what's the plan? We were just talking about going to the mayor's estate. We have to stall him with an interview while the Royal Army is contacted. Ah, I see. Maybe that wasn't so necessary after all. What I like about this is Chloe's actually wrong here. Because what Chloe did is she contacted Julia. I'll just go ahead. I've been kind of being mum's the word on spoilers, admittedly, for the most part, but for this part, yeah, no. The character, she sent a letter off with Zeeg to get Julia to show up. It is, in my opinion, that Mayor Dalmore would have caused a lot more damage had Chloe not done that. Had she not sent the message to Julia, and Julia comes in the frickin' Auracell, the ship that, by the way, which we'll discuss when it shows up. Yeah. I hate when I do that. I accidentally unplugged my headset. My foot accidentally unplugged my headset. That's why I went quiet there for a second. And then when I came back, I said, I hate when I do that. Anyways. But yeah, no. For me, I think this was actually the best thing she could have done. Was it 100% necessary? Probably not, but eh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because usually there's a bit of a beep whenever I a bit of a buzz when I'm plugging it back in. And actually, connection issues are what caused the wicked feedback Heck, that one morning when I started, so because I didn't have it connected properly. So yeah. Anywho, but yeah, no, Chloe did something she should have, honestly. Eh? And of course, it still has no idea what she's talking about because, well, of course she doesn't. How would she know? I also like that we, the audience, are not privy to what she's referring to either, by the way. Other than her sending off that note. But we also don't get to know what the contents of that note were. Now, granted, we never learn that, but at the same time, we don't need the exact contents of that note. Julia showed up. I think we can guess what the contents of that note were. Mayor Dalmore is an asshole. Asshole, come apprehend him. That's pretty much what she wrote. So will you be coming with us? Oh yes, please allow me to accompany you. We'll be counting on you to contact the army, Jean. And leave it to me. I would also advise Estelle, don't race to his place. Just casually walk. Like this. Just casually walk. No speed, just casually walk. Anywho. Man, this place is huge. Is he really doing all that nasty stuff from a place this nice? I don't think that really matters. Mayor Dalmore is originally from a large family of nobles. I think this estate has been passed down for generations. Okay, so the estate wasn't paid for in blood, at least, but that's something. Anyway, we need to find him and question him. Welcome to the ruined mayoral estate. I'm terribly sorry, but the mayor is currently attending to some guests. Perhaps you could come back another time? What? Now hold on just 1 second. I'm pretty sure we know who the guest is. It's Duke Dunan, isn't it? What? Why, that's exactly it. Have you received an invitation as well? Yes, it came directly from the mayor himself. I apologize for the inconvenience, but would you mind? Now that I take a closer look, you appear to be bracers. If circumstances demand it, then please go on up. The mayor and Duke are in the banquet hall on the 2nd floor. Excellent. Thank you for your help. Oh, right. With so many guests arriving, I really must prepare some tea. Please pardon me. What? Oh, nothing. Nothing. It's just that now we see where this, where your reputation for being the playboy of the End of the Sky trilogy comes from, Joshua, and it's of course the unintended, unwanted title of playboy because even though multiple women want to bang you, you don't actually want to be banging multiple women. Seriously, 3 freaking main characters that we have met in this game want Joshua's D. One of which is denies it for the whole fucking game. One of which it just has her feelings constantly. She finally gets fully denied, and she'll get fully denied in frickin' Sky 3. And the third needs to back the fuck off, like the hussy whore she is. Estelle, Chloe, and Josette in that order, by the way. I was just thinking how impressive it was that you knew the Duke was here. Oh, it's just a matter of asking the right questions. He's planning to sell vacation homes to the rich, remember? Duke Dunan might as well be a bullseye target, have a bullseye target painted on his misshapen head. Wow, that's smart thinking. Where'd you come up with that line about the mayor inviting us? It wasn't a line. He did invite us over the first time we met him. If those ravens start making trouble again, feel free to drop by and let me know. Or something like that. Smart thinking, Joshua. Very smart thinking. Oh, that's right. So he did invite us. Exactly. Well, why don't we head up to the banquet hall? Guess this way? Nope. Whoops. I guess it's this way then. Am I just being a blind idiot? I am being a blind idiot. Alright, there we go. Run one. I like the sound of that. Rouen would be the perfect place for a vacation home. I think I might stay for a while. I had a feeling you'd think so. I'll see to it that you get the finest place available, my lord. I believe you'll be quite satisfied. Ha! You're quite the smooth talker. But good, money is no object. Prepare me an estate that is worthy of your future king. Make it as splendid as your holdings here. Pardon me, my lord, but wait a moment. The queen asked you to consult with her before spending such an amount of... Silence, Philip! I will be your next king! Such purchases are every day for a man of my standing. This is why I call him a moron. He's financially irresponsible, and worse than me when it comes to finances. You do not put me in charge of your checkbook, I'll say that. And yet, I'd still be a better pick for managing your checkbook than Duke Dunan. Because, well, I would be literally doing calculations to see how far I could stretch the budget to get as much of the necessities out of the way as I could. This jackass would blow all the money in a fucking single purchase on a frickin' superfluous luxury sports car. Rich people not understanding the value of money. Shocker. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not something they ever have to think about, which is why it's sad why so many people are like why I see so many people stick up for the rich. It's like the rich are not smart with money. If they did, like my favorite example of this, Elon Musk buying Twitter. Let's ignore all the other shit that Elon Musk has done. Let's just put that aside for now. If Elon Musk if a smart man bought Twitter instead of Elon Musk, Twitter would become one of the most profitable and lucrative information hubs the internet has ever seen. Instead, Musk ran it into the fucking ground. And that's my problem right there. I mean, Twitter already had a nasty reputation, but if you turned it into this lucrative information hub, bam! You'd go down as the frickin' hero of the internet, for God's sakes. But no, he decided to be dumb instead. Yeah, it's doing what he wants it to do. Yeah. I mean, I left Twitter behind, but wasn't completely because of him. It was because an alternative actually poked its head out and said hi, and that was Blue Sky. Ugh. But again, like, because that's exactly why I look at that, and I just go, what the fuck? So yeah. But then again, I also don't like wasting my time on superfluous shit too. Which is why when Steve fucking slams on the fucking brakes of his Pokemon stream, Legends Arceus to bitch about Pro ZD, I literally just have to look at him and go, the fuck are you doing? No, seriously, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he literally was like, oh, you see, this is why we'll never see eye to eye. I'm like, I am, making sure people are aware of it. It's like, no, Steve. What you're doing is trend chasing. You're not informing people. You're trend chasing. Like, if there's a more natural place to bring it up. If there's a natural place to bring it up, then bring it up. Don't just slam on the brakes for no reason. But anyway, moving on. Yes, of course. Well said, Your Grace. So we can get a written contract together shortly. But first, one more drink. So that I can basically con you into every penny you have. Oh. Hi there. Greetings from the Bracer Guild. You? What do you people want? You look kind of familiar. Oh, it's you. Hi, Mr. Butler. We just dropped by to talk to the mayor. No biggie. This won't do. If you're here on guild business, you should speak with some semblance of manners. I'm in the middle of an important discussion, so why don't you come back later? I apologize for our rudeness, Mayor. We intend no disrespect. We simply came to report to you we have identified the arsonist. Ah, that. Well, then I suppose... My lord, would you excuse us for a moment? No, say what you're going to say here. This sounds interesting. But it's okay. Maybe the Duke will have something to add. It won't do any harm for him to hear this, will it? Well, if you must. While we're on the subject, it seems that Matron Teresa was attacked again last night. Could the arsonist be linked to that? Excuse me. It seems very likely. Unfortunately, the attackers are still at large. I see. Still, at least you say you know who they are now. So who did it? Who indeed? It's exactly who you think it is, Mayor Dalmore. Ah, I see. That's quite a shame. I was hoping I could make them see the error of their ways before it was too late. I suppose that it was a vain hope on my part. Huh? Who are you talking about, Mr. Mayor? What do you mean, who? Why, the Ravens, of course. They've been in hiding ever since last night. I'm sorry, sir, but they aren't responsible. This time they claim to be victims themselves. What? So, without further ado, the culprit is... And I'm pretty sure I get bonus AP if I say... if I claim that it's actually Dalmore. I already disagree with a lot of that. There we go. Yeah, it gives us that. Oh, let's put the chat up there. I always blame Gilbert. You know, honestly, I've never actually said that. But yeah, no, he gets pissy if you blame that. Could use him as a scapegoat. Oh, but no, I'm just gonna say it straight. You, Mayor Dalmore. We already have Gilbert in custody, and we know everything. We also have proof that you stole the money donated to restore the orphanage your lackey set fire to. Can you deny that charge? Nonsense! Do you think I know those people in black clothes? Well, now, that's a little strange. We didn't say anything about black clothes. This is absolutely ridiculous. Gilbert was acting alone. You don't know when to give up, do you, old man? We know that you were plotting to build vacation homes on the land the orphanage occupied. Do you still deny the charges laid against you? Persistent little brats. But I've had those development plans in place for ages. They're just part of Ruin's city planning. What reason would I have to be so impatient that I'd resort to criminal acts? Well, how about a mountain of debts to pay off? Oh, how about a mountain of debts to pay off? Niall? What are you doing here? I figured I'd come to the mayor's place to do some investigating when I see you two going in. The whole thing smelled fishy, so I decided to sneak in. That's it in a nutshell. Just who the hell are you? Oh, I'm a reporter with the Liberal News. The name's Niall Burns. And actually, I've been checking into the city's financial affairs recently. And what do I see but that Mayor Delmore here has been diverting funds from the city budget lately. They're funds for the expansion project. I'm not buying it. You haven't even started construction. I thought it was kind of strange, so I dug deeper and found links to the airship company's services. Now that's quite a little surprise. 1 year ago, you took more than a few trips to the Calvard Republic. First name drop of them, by the way. First name drop of the Republic, by the way. We've had which is funny because the three major areas of the continent, the three major areas of the continent, have all been name dropped now. Which is funny because a lot of the first 10 games, all the major factions have already been name dropped now. Ugh. That's why I was trying to correct myself. I know there's other major places. Because Remiferia is one. North Ambria we don't really ever visit in the games, not really. Ooh, interesting. which, okay, to be fair, I kind of like that as like a visual representation. Yeah. Ored is one we have yet to visit. Lamon is one we've yet to visit, and Valis is another one we've yet to visit. It isn't, right? MTSC. Fuck, I should know what that stands for. But yeah. Ah, the Mardukes. Right. Duh. That's... As I said, my memory sucks ass. My memory is shit. I'm like, I know that acronym. Why am I not thinking of it? So, this is why I don't claim to be an expert. I claim to be a fan, you know? Ooh, interesting. I'll look forward to that. But anyways, I was just sightseeing. A reasonable claim. But the truth is that you've amassed a nice big debt over there. Am I right? Ooh, they actually show... Craig the Red, Gileath, and Barkhorn. Damn. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Because... that actually sounds intriguing. I'm actually starting to look forward to the remake now. Nice. Who's the fourth one then? I guess we'll find. I guess I'll see when I get there. But you're losing me. How? By using town funds to speculate in risky commodities in the hopes of cashing in buying goods when they're cheap, selling them when they're high, that kind of thing. Oh, I get it. So how much did he lose? From what my fellow reporters over there have told me? Something in the tune of 100 million mira. Oh, Lord. That's not an insignificant amount of money. I don't even know if there's a single Trails game where I've had a million mira, never mind 100 million. 100 million mira? That's 100 times the amount donated to the orphanage's rebuilding. I can certainly see why one might turn to crime over an amount that high. 100 million? I'm pretty free with my spending, but I've got nothing on you. Okay. As much as I will admit, I stand by my statement of Dushdanon being really bad with money. I do. But Dalmore's in a whole other fucking league. Holy shit. God. Just straight up. Anyways. This isn't a competition, you know. I don't think he was treating it as one, Estelle. I mean, knowing him, maybe, but even I'm not willing to be that douchey about it. Now that you mention it, he took funds from the city budget to pay off his debts and stave off any questions. But I can't understand why he would turn to arson and theft to build his vacation homes. It all just seems so random. Where's your proof? Go ahead and run your story with all of its wild speculation. I'll sue you in the newspaper for libel. Suddenly confident, are we? And you all! The Bracers Guild does not have the authority to arrest me. I'm the mayor. I want you out of here now. I guess he's right. He knows his rights. Mayor, may I ask you one question? What now? What is a student of the Royal Academy doing associating with such people? Disgraceful! I'm going to be stupid about this because I'm an idiot. Return to campus at once. Chloe looked Mayor Delmore in the eyes, her expression cold and stern. Why did you not use your own assets to pay off your debt? 100 million mira is certainly a lot of money, but I think that House Delmore surely has enough assets to settle the matter. This estate, for instance, it would easily sell for at least 100 million mira. Don't be ridiculous. This estate has been handed down in the Delmore family for generations. How could I ever simply let it go? The orphanage was no different. For many, it was a place fondly remembered. No one has the right to destroy something like that. How could you do such a thing? How dare you liken this estate to that dilapidated old hovel? Oh my god. You're really gonna make me say this, aren't you, Delmore? Orphanages are places that can be very useful. People can be useful. There's no reason to call it a dilapidated old hovel, especially considering that it is still Teresa's home. You want to kick her out for land development. You are booting her out so you can conduct your fucking real estate scheme. You are an asshole. Dunan may be a douche, but you know what? I can actually see him eventually getting his shit together and figuring shit out. He just needs to frickin' get some sense knocked into him. You, on the other hand, you're a con artist who needs to fuck off and die. You care for no one but yourself, more than being the mayor or being the head of House Dalmore. You pitiful man. You have quite a way with words, young lady, but let's see if you'll change your tune in a few minutes. And this is where Dalmore makes the most boneheaded decision he can in this situation. Because you see, Dalmore could easily have spun this. It could easily have spun this and gotten out of this. Like, Dunan probably would have just, probably could have been coaxed into keeping his mouth shut. But no. No. He goes and he pulls this. This is a whole lot of you're fucked at that point. Because I want you to keep in mind, Duke Dunan's still in the room. I may not like Duke Dunan, but he still has a lot of political power. Bingo, Bronco, come, it's dinner time. What the? That smell. What the hell are those things? Monsters? My lord! Unbelievable. You actually keep monsters as pets? Everything you think you know will die with you here. Don't worry. If there's anything left of you, I'll dump it in the river. He's crazy and stupid. Is fighting freakish monsters part of the stalling plan now? Well, at least now we can arrest him for trying to kill us. I'm sure the other stuff will stick too. After. I bear you both no ill will, but I will not allow you to harm anyone. And we do not have to protect Niall for this. I remember this fight not going well. Ugh. I have a thing that cures poison and heals a lot of HP, do I not? Yes. Yay! He learned Royal Crepe and restored a good chunk of HP. I want another Royal Crepe. Okay. Oof. Oof. That is a double whammy of just oof.
We're good to go.
Fuck. I misjudged that hard.
We're good to go.
I really honestly hate this fight. Alright, fuck it. You have more, I will use my crit it to smack you down a bit. Fuck. Okay. And nope. Alright, that's a Royal Crepe.
We're good to go.
Go. Fuck. You guys just do not give up, do you? Jesus, what is with this playthrough and everybody wanting to frickin' kill Joshua so badly? Okay. Before he goes down... Oh, come on! I get that his agility's up, but come on! Okay. Okay. There. Can't be, my sweet babies! How could you do this? You're one to talk! In accordance with the Bracer Guild protocol, and this time with authority, we're placing you under arrest. Surrender and you will not be harmed. You leave me no choice but to use my trump card. Huh? A wand? Time stop! I can't move! Did he use an orbital art? No, this has to be an artifact. So what the hell is that? Well, your knowledge is impressive, Miss Rhines. This is the Chronos Rod, an artifact which happens to be a family heirloom. It can completely paralyze anyone within range in the blink of an eye. That's crazy. How does the church not know about such a powerful artifact? With a tool crafted by the wise ancients themselves, what else would one expect? Tactical ordnance can't even begin to compare to this. Okay, you know something? I'll be honest with you. Rex, or if this section wasn't introducing us to Julia, this would be the most perfect time for Kevin to show up and introduce himself to the audience. Think about it for a second. Imagine, because I'm pretty sure a stigma would be able to counteract the uses of an artifact, and then consider he shoots it out of, or even better yet, because he uses crossbows, shoots the thing out of his hand, and it's like, yep, you're a heretic. I'm here to dispose of you. And then we negotiate with Kevin. We find out that Kevin is a reasonable person, which is funny enough is exactly what happens in second chapter. I'm pretty much ready for it at this point, Reverie. I'll say that much. But yeah, you know. But anyways, yeah, we negotiate with Kevin, and then it's like, oh, he's reasonable, okay. And then he acquiesces, and he's like, yeah, I'll accept your conditions on one. I'll accept that on one condition. Hishin picks up the Chronos Rod. You let me take this back to the Septium Church for safekeeping. And both Estelle and Joshua would just be like, done. Go ahead. Good. We're not gonna fool with the Septium Church. Cool. All right. He's all yours. Later. And away he goes, right? And then we don't see him until he appears in Sky 2. Ooh. I'm gonna have to decide how I want to actually introduce both Kevin and Julia now. Huh. Actually, what's funny is you could actually technically do both. Kevin shows up, he gets the thing, we talk him out of it, but Dalmor escapes while he's going, and it's like, well, you guys wanted to handle it, so I'm gonna peace out now. Bye. Because Kevin is still kind of single-minded. Actually, that wouldn't work, would it? Because Kevin's mentality is kill all heretics. And if Dalmor is willingly using an artifact, he would count that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Ooh. Maybe it is better this way. Sadly, it only has that one function. Which means I'll have to sully my hands and dispose of you myself. You should consider this an honor. Let's see, I think I'll start with the smart-mouthed little brat first. Ooh, you call it smart-mouthed? Perhaps I'll save the intelligent girl for last? Now, what was it that you were saying about authority? You could plead for your lives. It might help, but I doubt it. Do you? Yeah, right. Keep your filthy hands off. What's that? Keep your filthy hands off of Estelle. Don't you harm a single hair on her head, or I'll use every technique I know to cut your miserable carcass to pieces. Oh! Joshua. You certainly talk big for someone who can't even wiggle his fingers. Fine, I'll start with you. Stop! I'll never let you get away with hurting him. Joshua, die. No! What? That light. Damn it, if I could just reach my camera. What's going on? I can move again. Estelle, what was that black light? I don't know, but I think it came from that orb my dad sent us. Impossible! My family heirloom, my artifact, it's broken! It hardly matters since you've played your last hand. It's time to face reality. Yeah! I can't believe you'd really stoop this low. Yeah, cry some more, asshole. It's disgusting. Ugh, I will not be taken in! Ugh, after him! Yes! Hey, wait up! I can't let a story like this get away! Oh my, I believe I lost a few years off of what little remains to me. My lord, are you alright, my lord? Monsters! The monsters! Hey, what's that? It's Mayor Dalmore's yacht. Hey, wait! We can go after him with this boat. Come on, you two. Get on board. Right. Hey, let me come too! Sorry, Niall, we would, but we don't have time. Alright, we're closing in. This craft is small and lightweight, so we have to have the edge, it seems. Damn stubborn little... Take this! Ah! What? Ha! That'll teach you not to underestimate a bracer. Joshua, flank him on the right. Roger that. Huh? Whoa! How did he get so fast? The wind is blowing towards open water. It's catching his sails to give him a boost. Not good. At this rate, the yacht has a clear advantage. We won't be able to catch up. Say what now? It looks like Adio smiles on me today. I bid you farewell, brats. I do. I absolutely love this section. You gotta be kidding me. We were so close. He's going to get away. There must be something we can do. Oh, there is. Chloe already saw to that. What the? They're here. Alright, getting away is all well and good, but what now? I guess I have no choice but to head for the Empire. Or if I lay low for a while, maybe he... Yeah, no, you ain't getting away. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we'll never know because he's getting arrested, but still. Not that it matters too much. I wonder if the remake will give us a little image of who he's talking about. That'd be awesome. Nice little visual storytelling. What's this airship? Is it the Royal Army? No, the coat of arms is wrong. It's the Royal Guard ship, a high-speed cruiser. Her name is the Arcel. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the ship that inspires the courageous. I am not even kidding. Like, Olivier even calls it a RSL class ship. When he introduces the Courageous. This is the sucker that inspired that ship. This ship is awesome. And I hate to interrupt this awesome music, but I need to check something because we may be adding a positive to the story because Past Me was a moron. I mean, I've been handing out new thingies all the entire time. Yes, I am adding a new one because what the hell, Past Alex? What the actual hell? And if you're wondering why, she's why. Well, looks like we got here just in time. That blue and white uniform. Are you Her Majesty's Royal Guard? Precisely. I am the company commander, Julia Schwarz. Mayor Morris Dalmore of Rouen. I am placing you under arrest for arson, robbery, and embezzlement, among other charges. This is a dream. This has to be. No. KO, asshole. What's going on? Jean called the Royal Army for reinforcements, but how did they get here so fast? Ho there, Bracers. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Please let us handle this matter. Okay, I have to admit it. I wonder if I should up the positives for that scene. So, alright, so initially, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. The entire confrontation with Mayor Dalmore, I initially gave a double positive to. And the arrest of Julia arresting Mayor Dalmore, the RSL showing up and Dalmore getting arrested, I gave that a single positive. So my question is that I posed to chat is, does anybody want to up for an increase of that? Or decrease? Ace. Because honestly, I love that entire confrontation with Mayor Dalmore. I really do. I find the dialogue is well written. I find the dialogue to be actually very sharp. And also, I really like the fact that the Black Orbman actually hints at what it can do by saving Estelle and Joshua. And that whole scene we just saw with Julia arresting Dalmore, poetry, just simple poetry. I think I'm going to leave it at what I gave it, 2 positives for confronting Dalmore and 1 for the arrest. But, yeah. I pressed Mayor Dalmore for information once he regained consciousness, but he apparently can't remember anything regarding the past few hours very well, if he remembers them at all. He's also drawing a complete blank about the arson and robbery. Really? He kinda like with the leader of the Sky Bandits. Maybe it's related to those men in black from before. Well, even if he can't remember, the crimes are pretty clear-cut. It should go without saying that we'll be checking out his steward, too. If we uncover anything, we'll be sure to let the Bracer Guild know. We appreciate it. By the way, Lieutenant, I have a favor to ask. What might that be? Would it be at all possible for me to get on board that ship as well? It's supposed to be the most advanced airship ever to come out of Zeiss. It'd make for a great story, and I really need one. I'm afraid not. But the RSL is only just completed, and it's still undergoing flight testing. I must ask that you not comment on her at all until she's officially unveiled. What? Oh, come on! You gotta at least give me something about the mayor and his steward being arrested. Don't worry, the facts of the story will be given over to the Royal News Agency. Until then, please refrain from reporting any of this. What choice do I have? Alright, I can do this. I can write a story with even the barest scrap of info. I've got to hurry back to the agency and put these events to paper. If you'll pardon me, everyone. I'll granite this. He's tough. Well, he's in his usual high spirits. Would you expect any less? I'm told that the liberal news circulation has increased dramatically of late. I hope he's not planning to write a big propaganda piece. What do you mean? Never mind. That was quite impressive, First Lieutenant Schwartz. Oh, hey, Colonel Richard. Colonel? Whoa! Colonel Richard. Oh, I remember you. I presume that you are the new racers the guild spoke of? Oh, so you were the one Jean got in touch with, Colonel Richard? Yes, I received word at Leston Fortress, where the royal forces are stationed. I got here as quickly as I could, only to find that the crisis had passed. Excellent work, Lieutenant. That's very kind of you, sir. Still, I wonder, what would bring the guards from the royal city here, and so quickly? Perhaps you know of a route so secret that even the intelligence division is unaware of? Surely you jest. Yeah, I seriously doubt the intelligence division is unaware of the RSL. There's no way they don't know about the RSL. Come on. Cut me a break. Eek. Come now, Captain. This is hardly a time to pick a fight. I was simply admiring the proactive stance of the Royal Guardsmen. It's good to have you on our side. If it pleases you, Lieutenant, we'll take over the investigation from here and move matters to Leston Fortress. I believe the mayor will be attended to there. Yes, sir, I understand. Now, if you'll excuse us, ladies and gentlemen of the Bracer Guild and Royal Guard, and the young lady in the uniform, fate willing, I think we shall see each other again. And with that, I bid you farewell. Safe travels, everyone. We're totally not evil. Well, they're really not. Well, okay, Richard isn't. I can't really speak to her, though. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but did the Colonel look like he was eyeballing Chloe to anybody else? Oh, was he? I'm sure he was totally not planning to marry me off to Olivier or anything. Anyways. I'm sure it's just because he doesn't see students very often in his line of work. I wouldn't make too much of it. I'll bet you're right. That's probably it. That's not the impression I got at all. I'm certain that he's just as surprised as you are. It's hard to believe that Bracer so young would be so capable. He might be scouting you out to become part of the Royal Guard. Oh, come on, don't flatter us. We had a lot of help on this case. You needn't be so modest. You're not full-fledged bracers yet, but I presume that you wish to become so. Well, yes, we're in training for it. We intend to travel all over the country before the Queen's birthday celebration as part of our preparations. I see. You're partaking in self-study, then. Lieutenant Schwartz, everything is ready for the CO's departure. Acknowledged. Estelle and Joshua, and Chloe too, of course. We must be leaving soon. I hope that our paths will cross again. Yes, ma'am. We'll be looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Regiment, attention! Whoa. Royal Guardsman warship Arcel, prepare for takeoff. Actually, what's funny is that deck design, too. You can actually see it in the deck design. Yeah, Olivier basically just copied the Arcel for the Courageous design. The shape is a little bit different, but otherwise, yeah. Actually, I think when we're on board it in Sky 2, it actually is a very similar interior now that I'm thinking about it. Huh. Wow, a salute and fanfare to go with it. That's a little overwhelming. Yeah, and a state-of-the-art ship to boot. But I guess you'd expect as much from the defenders of Her Majesty the Queen. True. Lieutenant Schwartz sure is cool, though. She kinda reminds me of that character that Chloe played, Oscar the Knight. I think so, too. What an odd coincidence. I love how much Babylon 5 effect is in this game. I really do. Because there's so many like little interactions that don't mean shit on your first playthrough. And yet on your second playthrough? Yeah, no. Scree! Oh. Nice to be frickin' told, but whatever. I guess we're only finishing up Chapter 2 today. Great. Oh, don't tell me the Royal Guardsman showed up. The RSL was there too? She's supposed to be cutting edge. It's too bad I just worked the info desk. I would have liked to see it. I never figured you for the military enthusiast. Still, didn't you end up speaking to Colonel Richard? Yes, he was on duty at Leston HQ. Ew, I don't know how the Royal Guardsmen got here so quickly, though. I guess there's a lot more cross-communication in the military than I thought. Amazing that they managed to communicate it at all, given how many agencies there are. Regular Army, Border Patrol, Intelligence, the Royal Guard. It must be pretty complicated. Cleaning up after an incident like this will be a major undertaking. What will happen to the administration of Rouen from now on? Yeah, since the mayor's been arrested and all, I'd imagine they'll be sending in someone as acting mayor, and if Dalmore is found guilty, elections will have to be held. Plus, reparations will probably be made towards the orphanage. Really? Thank goodness. All of this is thanks to Estelle and Joshua. Thank you so much, truly. Come on, you don't have to be so formal. We just did what was right. Plus, it wasn't just us. Agate played a big part. He played a part, but not a big one, I would argue. Speaking of... Jean, have you received any word from him? Yes, but unfortunately, I'm afraid he wasn't able to capture the men in black uniforms. They were not alone, apparently. Agate was ambushed. What? Is he alright? Yes, he managed to defeat them. I believe he gave chase, and they're on their way to Zeiss. by now he's probably well outside of Rowan. Wow, talk about hardcore. Well, he's got plenty of experience after all. He'd just been chasing those black-clad characters for a while. I think they're related to a job your father asked him to do. Dad asked him? And Agate just did what he asked? Well, the one to put Agate of the Ravens in his place was none other than Cassius himself. And whatever he might like to claim, Agate stood no chance against him. Whoa, seriously? Cassius really beat some sense into him, and Agate's too stubborn to simply say thanks and leave it at that. Ah, I get it. Maybe that's why he's so abrasive when it comes to us. Abrasive barely covers that guy's attitude. Guess he's not so high and mighty where Dad's involved, huh? Oh, speaking of your father, something wrong? What about that black orb that lit up and saved our lives at the mayor's estate? Oh yeah, that's right. So much has been going on that I forgot all about it. I wonder what that was all about. That ornament may have saved our skins, but it was still weird. An unusually colored ornament, huh? What can you tell me about it? Well, explain. Oh my, that's quite a story. From K, asking about a Professor R. Could it be? You know what it means? Not specifically. I've got a hunch, but nothing to back it up. But if you want to know more about its origin, I'd suggest going to Zeiss. Why Zeiss? As you should know, Zeiss is famous for the manufacture of orbments. There must be someone there who might know something about your orbment. Makes sense. We may never learn about the Black Orbment without consulting an expert. But we still have more training here to finish. Well, about that, you may want to prepare yourselves. Recommendation. What? Really? You had to have seen this coming. I mean, you got a recommendation from Bose after the Sky Bandit incident, given your crucial roles in all cases recently. I see no reason not to award it. Agate would protest, but that's because he's a dumbass a lot of the time. Your assessment and reward have been prepared. And to reach the target. Wow, all of this on top of the pay for performing in the campus festival? Thank you for everything you've done for us. Come now, you've earned it. I confess I'd like to see you advance as quickly as possible. I believe we'll be able to make best use of your talents this way. Thank you, Jean. We'll do our best to live up to your expectations. Congratulations, both of you. It'll be kind of lonely here without you, though. Chloe, you're right. It'll be tough to say goodbye. Oh, please don't mind me. I'm just being selfish. Will you please tell me when you find out what day you're leaving? I'd like to see you off, at least, as far as the Erlitten checkpoint. There we go. That is chapter... The real terrorists? Wow, ouch. Oh, Traxor. So, unfortunately, I have to have a ridiculously short session today. Because I've just been called into work. The only reason I said yes is because it's the store I don't mind working at. I'll say that. Yeah, it does suck. Okay, but, yeah. So, we'll unfortunately have to save Zeiss for next time. And that also means that my first day next week is going to be Wednesday. Joy. Ugh. All the same, though, we still have 3 days. If I can knock Zeiss out in one day, that will be interesting. But I'm not holding my breath for that. But tomorrow at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll try to be on time this time, we will finally start Chapter 3, the penultimate chapter. Until next time, this is Blue Wolf Alex of the Lore Walker signing out. Have a good one. See you later.